So here we go. Dustin Robinette's got the white flag out. He'll give it over to Jesse Swedman and Urban, and then we're battling on the backstretch between the Cotton King, Michael Rhodes, Arlen Stewart, excuse me, the three. He's going to get a little sideways, a little horsepower coming out of the corner. He'll hold off the Cotton King and Michael Rhodes. Give the checkered flag there to win here. The three of Arlen Stewart join us here tonight for the second time in 2018. Arlen Stewart's with us out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Give him a hands, man. Again, Arlen Stewart, number 3 there. IMCA modified. Got on there the Bandit race car bodies advanced. I can't see the rest of it. That's what got damaged at the first of the race there. One more hands, fans, for the three of Arlen Stewart at Little Rock, Arkansas, picking up the trophy dash for no cash. All bragging rights here tonight. This one looks like it's going to hold the 36J of Justin Aubrey Whitehead out of Texarkana, Texas, starting by Trouble Sean Graham out of Shreveport. 29 is Mitch Sullivan out of Ashdown, Arkansas. 39 is E. Kelly Knight out of Texarkana. Brandon Brown in the 32. 38, Mike Hells, Bells, Wells. Mason Brown, 88B. Let's go green.
All right, Sean Graham coming off a victory last Saturday night at the Arklatex Speedway in Vivian, Louisiana, has been very strong in this car so far. This is his third start out. He ran second to Dean Rasco, or would have, but broke on the final few laps at the Boot Hill Speedway a few weeks ago. But Sean's been strong. Right now, it's a 7-time Cajun Classic winner. Justin Whitehead out front, chased off of 4.
Yeah, looking good. I was telling the fans earlier, Zach, that once the lights go on and the sun goes down, you'll see a reflective XXX orange car there, happy a tripping, as we said at Boot Hill Speedway. That thing is pretty. But right now, he's trying to chase down Justin Aubrey Whitehead with Kelly Knight behind him in third.
And a good battle taking place for 4th here down the back straightaway in the turn number 3. Bonnie Mike Wells are on the outside. And then at Central hitting in air number 38 with a 32 around the hub in the form of Brandon Brown.
And an update on the word earlier, too, said fans, the 88B there, Mason Brown, thought he was going to start at the back tonight no matter what, but I thought he was going to start it as a hobby, just not to be around too many cars as he gets that thing shaken out for the first time in 2018. Didn't want to cause a problem and hurt his new car or more or less tear up somebody else's. But yeah, and looks like he's shaking it out on the back of this one, Zach.
Mason's in that Racing for Aiden Sid's Awareness 88B car. Nice looking car, the DE wrap car. As they head back off into 1 and off of 2 down the back straightaway. It's going to be the driver of the A&T Delivery, Spencer and Son Timber, RaceOnTexas.com, Saints Ford out of Corpus Christi, Texas, 36J. Justin Whitehead will be debuting a brand new Western Flyer Racing chassis, limited modified here tonight, doing double duty. He'll lead off of 4.
Looking good, as always. And throwback on that 88B, Mason Brown. He was second place in our Best of Show inaugural T-Down Dirt Track Car Showdown we had earlier in the year that John Good Jr. won. So that thing is always looking good. Kelly Knight was missing. He's come off the corner. He'll take it high. Looks like Mason Brown may get around him here. No, Mason's going to hold off because he saw him a little squirrely, Zach.
You got to give props. So Sean Graham has at least kept 36J within striking distance. Sean has not raced here all year. Hasn't raced here in probably 5 or 6 years. I actually remember the last time that we were here. But Sean is this is Whitehead's playground right here. His backyard right here in Texarkana has done a good job of keeping within striking distance, just not able to muscle up enough. As 36J got a great start on him and slid right up in front of the nose as we got a battle for third through 3 and 4.
Speaking of mighty stuff, mighty Mike Wells, Bells on the outside of Brandon Brown right now. Battle for third as it comes to the 2 to go from Dustin Robinette. To echo that too, Zach, as you were getting here tonight, Sean Graham stayed out for both hot lap sessions for the factory stocks just to get that thing shaken out a little bit more time on the track, get it figured out. Brandon Brown's going to hold on to that position as white flag comes out for Justin Whitehead.
It finally shakes out Brown rolling off the top side of 4 in the Club 20 suspension. Wilson's Automotive Hadaway towing and collision number 32. And an outlaw race car with the elite best engine underneath the hood. Final time, though, in the turn number 3. 7-time Cajun Classic winner. Runner-up last weekend after starting dead last on the main event. Justin Whitehead takes the win in heat race number 1 for the factory stocks. XXX, so Sean Graham of the Canada Solutions. XXX Rocket will take second, followed by the Club 20 suspension Hadaway towing and collision number 32 of Brandon Brown.
There's your unofficial top 3 as the rest of them round out there. It'll be Mike Hells, Bells, Wells.
Double at Billy White's Timberlawn Speedway, won a heat race and led some laps of the main event. Does have a feature race win down in Manny, Louisiana, the Sabine Motor Speedway, where he's a 5-time Super Stock Track champion. It'll be up to the young lady Tiffany Welch off of 4.
He's a what? A 5-time. No spinneroonies in that. We'll just go 5 times, Zach.
Tiffany Welch going to try to the inside, but Colby Muir, the youngster, the 17-year-old, going to take the race lead off of 2 down the back straightaway. Dustin Yacht going to get disposed of by the 100 of Cook in the turn number 3. It's the Texan, followed by the pair of Louisiana racers, 2nd and 3rd off of 4.
I wonder if Dustin's changed some things up on that car, Zach. He's pulling that front left tire up like I have not seen him do here since he said Speedway. I thought maybe he caught a hole or something, but it looks like he's just got that car maybe set up a little bit differently. So he's yanking that thing up off the ground.
Tiffany Welch is feeling herself right now, looking very good. Of course, Sean Graham's a major asset to her racing program, but Tiffany sat out from behind the wheel for a couple of years, raced some 4-cylinder stuff last year, Chase, but the young lady's looking very good here tonight, holding off the 100 of Cook for the 2nd spot.
Definitely so, as they both are trying to chase down Colby Muber. So give it up for Tiffany Welch. This little bull ring, she's taking to it. I'm not sure if she's raced here before, Zach. And like I said, Sean has been here several years.
She's raced here, I think, once or twice, and it was, like I said, 5 years ago.
In a factory as well?
As a factory stock. Off of 4, though. She's going to go side by side there. Woo. And smash the loud pedal back again. Brian Cook nearly making contact. Good job to avoid a disaster there down the front straightaway into 1. Tiffany's going to send it back into 1 and 2 and find some bite to the outside. What a race we have for 2nd.
And just to echo that too, Zach, I mean, between Tiffany Welch there and Brian Cook, they're holding off Dustin Yunt. And Yunt's been a player every weekend. He hasn't won one yet, but he's been a player. Tiffany Welch off the high side of turn 3 and 4. She'll go off the side of the track. That's going to bring out our first caution of the night here in the 2nd heat race battery stock.
Motorsports Outlaw Chassis Best Engine number 36 to get this party restarted. He'll light the candles off of turn number 4, and we're going to be back underway. Cole Burleson and TJ McCarty making some contact there in the 1 and 2 on the front straightaway. Here comes Dustin Yacht firing the golden gun. The 007's looking good now. The 100 getting disposed of, thrown into the hip pocket of the 007 of Dustin Yacht out of New Boston, Texas, but the 17-year-old Colby Muir still leads. 2 to go. Sorry, halfway to go.
Halfway from Dustin Robinette here. As we watch Dustin Yacht trying to chase down Muir there. Look at the 22B, Cole Burleson trying to do something with TJ McCarty. McCarty able to muscle away there coming out of turn 2. So right now, here comes Muir slinging it sideways. Coming out of turn 4, he'll lead another lap here with Dustin Yunt. Brian Cook on his heels there, your top 3. Then you got TJ McCarty, Cole Burleson, Tiffany Welch, and the 13 of Trent Kenworth. Might have a battle for 2nd here momentarily. I tell you what, Brian Cook's all over the back of Dustin Yunt there. 2 to go from Dustin Robinette. 22B, Cole Burleson on the inside coming out of turn 2 there, looking for 4th over TJ McCarty. As Dustin will show him the white flag this time by. Brian Cook still has to figure out a way around Dustin Yunt yet. No challenge for Muir right now as he's leading this thing. Cole Burleson looking to the inside of TJ McCarty, trying to make it a race for 4th, and Tiffany Welch right there to pounce if anybody messes up. I think our top 3 are going to stay the same way, Zach, as they go into turn 3 here, coming out of turn 4. It'll be the 17-year-old Colby Muir, an Outlaw Chassis, Texas driver in the 36, picking up the win the 2nd heat race tonight. 2nd place unofficial will be Dustin Yunt out of New Boston, Texas. Flying a boot heel.
Yes, absolutely. That is ultimately, we want to put folks in the grandstands. We don't want folks to not go to the races. We want you to actually come to the racetrack and watch them. We want to be your number 1 alternative.
That's it. Look at Dustin Robinette looking him over, getting ready to go green here for a hobby stock. Heat race number 1. Oh, little contact there. Daniel Jones, Barrett Eaglebarger fighting it out on the front stretch, trying to see who's going to shake it out for the lead. Give it to Jimbo Clayton, though. 3 wide coming out of turn 2. Daniel Jones, Eaglebarger in the middle, Danny Cathy on the inside. We've got a sandwich going on, and the cheese just fell off of it, though. Danny Cathy goes for a spin. He's going to keep it going, though. We'll keep it green. No yellow flag from Dustin Robinette. So JB Jimbo Clayton took 1 turn to go from 3rd to 1st. He won't look back unless Daniel Jones can chase him down. But we're going to go see sport mods here, which will be called limited modifieds tomorrow night, and the 4-cylinders there. So Trax put that together, and we had a sponsor step up for the 4-cylinders there. So Dustin Robinette, boy, he's raring up there looking at him. He is looking him over, and he's got the stance of a guy that's just ready to go.
Well, this is he races a super stock class, a little bit different than the hobby stocks, but a guy that certainly has been chomping at the bit to race, so he's certainly looking forward to tomorrow night. You're going to be doing double duty, but tonight he'll be the man with the playing with the flags in his hand.
That's right, that's right. Right now, Jimbo Clayton stepping away from Daniel Jones already. Barrett Eaglebarger trying to keep that thing straight instead of slideways. He gets through turn 3 and 4 here. Danny Cathy back there on a banana peel as well, keeps it straight.
I'm not sure that anybody has anything for the Punisher. Nobody's going to have anything for the Punisher. So they're going to have to get some guys from all over the Architects, start building some hobby stock cars, come out here and challenge him. He has been tough all year long. Jamie Jimbo Clayton, the former North Louisiana State Championship winner in a factory stock.
And Spinaroonie for the X of Daniel Jones. Unfortunate brake running second there, but I tell you, this track is always bad slick. As he cannot get it fired up, the yellow will come out, it'll magically fire, and we'll get back going.
You're always...
We're going to go green. Let's put the silly jar away for a moment. We'll keep it to the side. And we're going to get this one in the books. Who's got anything for Jamie Jimbo Clayton? I've got money on Jimbo.
Well, Starn says that maybe I stepped on my toes down there in 3 and 4, but I'm going to go ahead and go right back to where I was before the caution. He'll go right back to second. For fourth to second for the X of Starnes. He'll look to set his sights on Clayton, but I'll tell you what, Clayton is going to be gone with the win. He's out front dirty dancing. We'll see you later.
Halfway from Dustin Robinette here out to Jamie Jimbo Clayton. As again, we've got everybody from behind chasing him down. So if you're going to do Zach's contest tonight, trying to pick those feature winners and send them in, I'm going to give you a hint right now. Take Jamie Jimbo Clayton in the hobby stocks. I'll just give you this one.
A disclaimer, it's obviously kind of difficult to go ahead and give those picks after we had a few heat races for the factory stocks that Justin Whitehead won. I'll tell you what, that's why you have to get all of them right.
But there is an invert in 2 classes to kind of throw them a curveball at. I know what you're saying there because you got to know who's going to be winning or who's going to be starting up front, I should say. But, you know, I mean, if anybody has a chance to win and they don't pick Jimbo or Whitehead, then we're going to call it an upset if they win. And they're lucky you need to go buy a lotto ticket on the way home.
Absolutely. I've done it several times at Boot Hill in the past where I said that you can get 3 out of 5 because when you have 48, 50 factory stocks in the house, it's obviously pretty difficult to pick a winner. But tonight in the hobby stocks, no stranger to victory lane for his 5th consecutive victory here on night 6. The J3 of Jamie Jimbo Clayton and the Punisher race car chassis going to take the white for the final trip around the speed plant here in Texarkana. He'll set his sights down the back straightaway on the final time for turn number 3. Jamie said last weekend in Victory Lane that it was probably the funnest season that he's had so far in quite some time. And he'll roll off a 4. The driver of the Punisher chassis J3 of Jimbo Jamie Clayton takes the dub. Starnes going on the pole of hobby stock heat race number 2 alongside Shelby Franks, formerly Shelby Ward, of course, out of Texarkana. Arlen Stewart piloting the number 3. In the 15, rather. Arlen Stewart in the 15. You got to love those old Camaros as he sends it off in a 1 and 2 to the inside of Starnes for the race lead. Starnes going to use that outside line momentum here at Texarkana to propel him down the back straightaway with the top spot as he sets his sights here on turn number 3. 3 cars, heat race number 2 for the hobby stocks. They're going to go at it nearly side by side for the top spot there off of 4 of the 179. Starnes still with the top spot. Stewart giving him HE double hockey sticks for it, though, there for the top spot down the back straightaway. His racetrack has been absolutely phenomenal. Racy from all the way to the top rim to the hub of the racetrack as Stewart is going to take the race lead. Arlen Stewart of the 15 going to take the top spot. Little Rock, Arkansas racer going to take over the top spot in command now on this one. Arlen Stewart with wins over the Batesville Motor Speedway over the years. The Tracy Haley's I-30 Speedways. He rolls off at turn number 4 and 15. We'll see if Starnes has anything in his hip pocket here. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Setting his sights on the rear deck lid of Stewart, but Stewart's still hugging around the hub, catfishing at the bottom of the rear, drifting up high off of 4. The 15 is going to be 4 laps in and 4 laps to go to this 8-lap affair for the hobby stocks. Hobby stock heat race number 2, presented by Hadaway Towing and Collision.
Arlen Stewart checking out right now. Got Brandon Starnes trying to chase him down. Starnes has been shaking that car out too. He's only had a few nights on it here with us. Texarkana 610 Speedway. I don't think he's racing anywhere on Saturday, so getting that thing shaken out here. And we'll see how it looks here later on. But Arlen Stewart looking bad fast, just like it was in that Trophy Dash modified. So I love these drivers doing double duty. Makes it fun for all of us here at Texarkana 610 Speedway. 2 to go. Finna come from Dustin Robinette, driver of the 27 Super Stock. He's in the flag stand tonight, getting it done. Stepping in for Joe Holmes. So no milk tonight, Zach. Joe Holmes is not with us. We'll have to get our milk somewhere else when we leave. Brandon Starnes going to go for a spin. He saves it. Oh, he's going to save it going down the backstretch there. Went to the left, went to the right. He's able to cover it up there. Hold on a second. So Shelby Franks will have to settle for 3rd to get the white flag. 1 to go. Stewart's going to get through 3 and 4 here. Zach to get a checkered flag here momentarily. We'll wrap up our hobby stock heat races.
He was the leader. He's now your winner of heat race number 2 for the hobby stocks. 15 of Arlen Stewart out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Now look, I'm parking on the slab. I think Arlen Stewart's going to have something for Jimbo.
24B, Bailey Turner of Hooks, Texas, outside there with R.J. Stroman in the 88 start on the back row there. That'll be our 5 kicking off this race.
R.J. Stroman, the Mopar man, Big Chief chassis, former Diversity driver, now on his own built chassis and a Stroman chassis as he rolls off the 4. Had a little bit of a melee with the B-17, a ball last weekend to go 3 wide for second, right in front of the field. Oh, my.
Billy Peavy paid for that. Adam Roy got a piece of it as well.
Oh, boy, it looked like the Arkansas Razorbacks last year taking a lick there.
Hey! We got an LSU fan up here talking a little bit of start here as they didn't make a lap, so.
Unbelievably, most of these guys don't have significant damage. They're able to restart with a re-rack and stack original restart.
Yeah, I'll echo that because I thought it was a hard lick there. Right now, 3 wide. Zach going out of the corner. Bailey Turner is back out, though. Adam P. Wayne Roy on the inside there. Billy Peavy in the middle and Chase Morgan on the outside. Battle for the lead. There's going to be Chase Morgan and Adam P. Wayne Roy.
The Hugh Springs Texan going to send it up top, but he's got damage on the front end of that race car. Not sure if that's effect on the handle, but here comes R.J. Stroman, the new Boston Texan.
To say, R.J. looks fast. He had nowhere to go, though, as he pitched on the front stretch. 3 wide coming out turn 2 again. Bailey Turner will be your cheese in the middle this time as you got Morgan and R.J. Stroman on the outside inside. Right now, R.J. Stroman looking the inside of Bill Peavy here coming out of turn 4, excuse me.
Peavy looking good there in that Arkansas Razorbacks number 60.
He was holding his own.
Yeah, he'll lose a spot there. Bailey Turner make contact there with Morgan there in the middle point of 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Oh, it's the driver who won 20 limited modified races back in the 2013 season. Who was the 2014 Cajun Classic winner at Arklatex for $5,000. Last weekend's winner, Adam Roy out of Red Lick, Texas with the race lead.
Yeah, the only person not named Justin Whitehead to win the Cajun Classic in the last 6 years as Adam Roy got it done back in 2014. Spinner Rooney, turn 2. Chase Glenn Morgan's going to go around. I wanted to bring up those, Zach, as we got this battle. We're going to get a go stay green. Good deal halfway. So this is kind of picking up from last week before the incident that knocked out RJ from the race and gave Adam the lead. I wanted to see what Adam Roy could do and stay up there with RJ, and we're going to find out right here, Zach.
You're absolutely right. And I think RJ has the faster race car right now, but Adam Roy did receive some damage on that opening lap melee. RJ just went a little too high there and lost some traction. We'll see what happens as we're winding the laps down. Adam Roy undoubtedly getting stalked and hawked right now by the 88 of the Mopar man, R.J. Stroman, and 88 that Ronnie's painting body Stroman chassis. Down the back straightaway. Adam Roy's got to go, and he's got to go now because the stand of the hourglass is ticking away. But here comes Stroman.
I tell you, Stroman does look fast, but you know as well as I do, Zach, catching him is one thing, passing him is going to be another. They're both running the high line, so if he's going to do it when he gets there, he's going to move down low. 2 to go here for Adam P. Wayne Roy.
Adam Roy, also a driver that knows how to get everything out of his race car, even when it may not be handling to his liking. And he'll make that thing wider than a triple wide trailer. Stroman just drove that car into downtown Shreveport, Louisiana, as he rolls off at turn number 4. Final trip around to see if he can steal this one from Adam Roy.
Don't blink, fans, since you've got him right on the heels of Adam P. Wayne Roy coming out of turn 2. R.J. Stroman is going to drive it hard, drive it deep on the low side, going into turn 3 is my guess. He'll make a liar of it. He'll run the top, go to the middle. Here comes R.J. Zach, take us home.
To the line, drag race it to the line. Half a car length for the 2 of Adam Roy. He'll win it by half of a car length. What an absolute display by the 88 of R.J. Stroman. If we didn't already know what a great out of Bagwell, Texas, making another start here tonight in the the 8, as it'll be 5 cars, 8 laps of distance. We'll see what happens. The lights are out. We're underway.
I'm interested to see what Jimmy Tubbs can do night 1 in that ride. And he finally got it together. He blew up his motor a few weeks ago there, so he was ready to come out with us. Had to get another one going. A little spin, a little loose there, but Justin Aubrey Whitehead's already up there, Zach.
Whitehead smelled the skirt of the custom coating and fabrication 1R, liked it. He'll try to get back to him, and the push there by the 1R is going to open up the door for Whitehead. He can't capitalize.
Well, Jimmy Tubbs likes donuts, and he's opened up a donut shop temporarily over in turn 3 and 4. He'll get it going again. So the donut shop is closed, but here comes Whitehead.
Whitehead knows that he doesn't necessarily have to press the issue here. He'll try to race and fill out this brand new chassis, but he'll go to the race lead here through 3 and off of 4, rolling the hub of the racetrack. Craig's going to try something that will not be enough. A nice, sweet-looking wrap that Eric Scott did there with Superior Racing Graphics for that 36J.
Give it up for the Western Flyer 36J. Justin Aubrey Whitehead taking the lead here. Only took a couple laps to get around our man, Christopher Riggs. And running in third right now is going to be Patrick Franks unofficially. So Whitehead's going to try to step it out here away from Riggs. And Patrick Franks comfortably sitting in third.
It's about that time, of course, that Justin Whitehead comes out and he Going to debut in a new Western Flyer chassis. Of course, Kel Westover winning both nights of the Tony Stewart Invitational at Texas Motor Speedway dirt track this year. The Western Flyer chassis been very strong. I called Justin twice last night. Needed to talk to him about something, and he never hit me back. And I said, man, you can never give me a hard time about me not answering the phone call. But he was just in the shop working hard to get that car out here tonight. You got to respect it.
That's right. Yeah, we talked about that earlier too, and I'd sent him a message midday yesterday, and he messaged me back and let me know he'd probably have it here, but he had a lot of work to do. So that's exactly what I thought when you told me that earlier. Was he just had a lot of work going on that car to get it done, and I had a all-nighter in the shop.
What does he do for a living? Well, he races. I mean, he builds race cars and builds fast race cars at that. The Outlaw Chassis owner and fabricator out of Hooks, Texas. We may get a caution here as Wilson be back at the line in the next couple of years.
And speaking of that too, it's the 67th. Was it the 67th
personal practice night?
Practice night gets a free pit pass Friday and Saturday from 67 Speedway for that event. So tracks working together.
Yeah, I want to thank 67 Speedway for that contribution. That's pretty outstanding. Down the back straightaway, Whitehead, Spencer, and the Spencer & Son Timber. Borderline Septic, A&T Delivery, Sames Ford at a Corpus Christi. 36J leads off of 4 in the raceontexas.com 36J.
Right now, Justin Aubrey Whitehead picking up where he left off when he was in a sport mod here, opening night for the topless winner, Frenzy, on March 16th. He picked up the sport mod win, and then he went down to Boot Hill Speedway and went up like what Snoop Dogg in a trailer with Willie Nelson. Is that what Zach would say?
Well, they catch on fire in those?
They don't watch out, they will.
He went up like a... I don't know.
Let's just go with it there. That'll work. Justin Aubrey Whitehead, 2 to go here. Actually about 1.5 now as Dustin Robinette gets ready to give the white flag to Justin Whitehead.
White flag for the 36J of Justin Whitehead. Final time.
Patrick Franks is trying to take his shirt off on the backstretch. The whole left side of that car is flying off.
Final time off of 4. The driver of the Spencer & Son Timber A&T Delivery Hadaway Towing and Collision 36J of Justin Whitehead takes heat race 2 for the sports mods.
Race for 3rd. I don't know who got it. That was too close to call.
50 got it on the outside, it appeared, from my vantage.
Ash is in town like in I don't know when that was. It was back in the 60s, I think, or 70s with
Rockefeller.
Rockefeller Winthrop, or Winthrop Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Was running for governor. That's enough about politics.
Well, I'll tell you what, the 24 of Keaton Atkinson was absolutely strong last weekend. I thought maybe on a green-white checkered restart late in the going, the 24 was going to have something. And we already got trouble for one of them in this one, and that's unfortunate because we only have 2 more cars left on the racetrack, and it looks like Atkinson's going to throw the keys on the counter and check out.
That's right. That's the 49 of Yule Dove, and Keaton Atkinson, right, looking good out there for a 28-year-old. Excuse me, he's 18. He updated his Facebook. So Keaton Atkinson, the 18-year-old, getting done the 24K there. Had a little fun last weekend after his Facebook said 28 there. And we saw him. It's like, oh, that's right. You are the youngest 28-year-looking old I've ever seen in my life. And come to find out, Facebook's got them rules about how old you Keaton Atkinson here, the 24K out of Hot Springs, Arkansas. Getting it done right now. This one is Clay Urban. Nothing for him in the 388. As we get this IMCA modified heat race in the books here momentarily. Justin and Robinette grabbing 2 to go here, I believe, here momentarily for Keaton Atkinson. Well, there you go. 2 to go for Keaton Atkinson here. So again, we'll have this one in the books, and then we'll get one more IMCA modified heat race in the books, and we'll be good to go with an intermission before we go feature racing here tonight. one more time around with the 24K of Keaton Atkinson. Getting a good test session in here, if nothing else, as he gets ready for the INCA Modified Feature Racer tonight. He'll take the checker to pick up heat race win number 1, Texarkana 67 Speedway. 1A there outside of Ward in the second row outside is going to be your Benton, Arkansas driver, Drew I Am Strong Armstrong. Troy Shaberg out of Amity in the 7S will round him out. Front stretch here as Arlen Stewart tries to keep the lead over the Kiamichi King, Michael Rhodes. Drew I Am Strong Armstrong running in third right now as he's disposed of Steve Ward. Troy Shaberg back with us here, and he's on the back there trying to chase down Ward. All right, Drew I Am Strong Armstrong takes second away from the Kiamichi King. He's got his eyes set on now Arlen Stewart. Let's see what they can do here. As again, we thought Stewart might be here for Jimbo Clayton in that hobby stock. And maybe tonight he's got it figured out. He's going to give Drew Armstrong a run in the IMCA Modified. Troy Shaberg looking to the inside of Steve Rebel Ward back there for fourth. Watch that one as Drew Armstrong up here from the front as well. Trying to look to the inside of Arlen Stewart.
We got a great battle going on here, and the pizza sticks are still good, though. I had to get on the mic and talk about this for a second. Arlen Stewart to the outside. Drew Armstrong, though, using his muscles and going to flex him, and he'll go to the race lead with 2 laps to go. Armstrong has won 3 consecutive open modified races here at the racetrack. IMCA modified races anyway. That's 0-1 out of Benton, Arkansas. Stretched it out.
As he steps away with it here, Ward is at 4 off. Unfortunately, it's only going to have 4 up left here, all spread out with me finish as we run here. That's why we run the final lap here. Coming out of 4, your winner of this heat race, IMCA Modified, Drew I Am Strong Armstrong. Unofficially in second is going to be the 3 of Arlen Stewart. And then in third, your Kiamichi King, Michael Rhodes. Again, on the front row, going to bring him to the green. Mr. 2018, Dalton Vines with the C12 of Wendy McCarty to the outside.
Where does the Mr. 2018 come from?
Because he said it's 2018, Zach, I'm racing everywhere.
That's pretty cool. I thought he was bass fishing a lot this year.
Yeah, he does enjoy that fishing hole. Right now he's got the lead coming out of turn 2 there. Chris Perkins and Wendy McCarty looking for somewhere to go. Simmer down now. Simmer down. Dalton Vines with the lead, almost 3 wide here. We got a battle for third between McCarty and Jerry Kirsten. Take a picture of that. So right now, Dalton Vines, comfortable lead over Chris Perkins. Is Perkins' new ride there. And Jerry Kirsten looking to the inside of Perkins, trying to get by him there. Won't be able to do it there. As I'm surprised I remember to call him Jerry instead of Chris. But again, Chris headed across the south there over to Georgia tonight. So he'll be back with us probably next week. Connor Muber running in fourth right now, trying to chase him down from the back. Wendy McCarty has fell from the front row back to fifth. And round him out there, Morgan Powell trying to get that ride shook out. Again, they just got that thing back together, I think late last night, as they were working on it in the street over at Tracy Corpse. So four-cylinder crew getting it done to get it ready, but that thing has been through the ringer over the last few weeks, so they've had to kind of get it shaken out for safety reasons, get the parts and pieces back on it right as well to get it back up to snuff. And it may not quite be there yet, but they'll make some adjustments between the heat race and the feature race, and I'm sure get that thing up and going. TK Outlaws, Morgan Powell, and hopefully we're going to see Danny Rambo out here in his car. He finally got one put back together. Rambo had some bad luck and hadn't had a car for, I don't know, a few weeks now at least. Put about 6 motors in it there, Zach, and then all of them blew up or weren't good. So after 3 weeks of 6 motors, he's finally got a car ready to go. So right now, those Dalton Mines comfortably out front over Jerry Kirsten Jr. Hobbling it coming out of turn 2 there. Chris Perkins looking back to the inside, and that Pontiac Sunfire that he bought from Saturn. He's got a little good run on the inside there. Not going to do anything with Kirsten, though. It looks like Dalton Mines is going to put a lap down on Riggs. I think Gunnar Riggs, the youngster, trying to get that thing shaken out here, too. As again, this is only his second night out here. I don't know if he's ran it elsewhere, so he's still probably getting the feel for that thing. You look down here at the middle of the stands, too, coming over from the dry side to the wet side. It's the 50-50 lady right now. She's got the tickets ready to sell to you, so get your 50-50s. We'll be drawing for that probably in or right after intermission. White flag is out right now for Dalton Mines. Mr. 2018, I'm running everywhere I can because I can't go fishing this week because my hole got closed. So come out of turn 3 and 4 with Jerry Kirsten all over the outside. Mr. Dalton Mines, bring us home, Zach.
Gives him a butt licking here in heat race. Number 1 for the 4 cylinders. I meant to say kicking. I'm sorry.
He did. He kicked some tail on this one. Led every. I guess it worked better there with the mic on so you could actually hear us up here. Sorry about that, gang. This one again, our last heat race tonight. Justin Converse trying to find his universe as he looks to the inside of the BC there. So this heat race is going to consist of Tracy Corp, which says 6K, but I believe that is the BC ride that you're seeing there. 3Ds, Dakota Cooper, another part of Twisted K Racing. C49, Justin Converse. 4Rs, Danny Rambo for TK Outlaws. The 02 there's Jerry M. Smith. 13J, your other half of Poor Boy Racing moves into 4th. Jesse Tate. But right now, it's all Justin Converse in his own universe. Right now is that BC ride. Tracy Corp trying to chase him down. Good battle for 3rd there with Dakota Cooper and Jesse Tate. Danny Rambo right now riding in 5th. See what he can do to shake out that new ride he's got. Converse is to pull out a good lead right now. As usual, last week we talked about it too. He led the feature race every lap. And other than a little excitement where he decided to run off of turn 2 over there and go slideways out through Mr. Hickey's old hayfield, was able to gather it up and stay in the lead and win that one, but was a wild experience to say the least. So he's comfortably in the lead right now as Jesse Tate's moving in the 3rds, looking all over the back there of Tracy Corbin, that BC Red Ride. Then you got a battle for 4th back here behind it there with Danny Rambo trying to get up there with Dakota Cooper. 2 to go from Dustin Robinette to Justin Converse. Good battle for 2nd. Again here, Tate looking the inside. Corp on the high side. Who's going to come out with the lead here? For 2nd, excuse me, not the lead there. To go through turn 1 and 2. It'd be a heck of a battle for the lead right now, but they've got nothing for Justin Converse. He'll get the white flag this time by from our buddy Robinette. As again, a good battle for 2nd, a good battle for 4th. You got Corp and Tate. You got Dakota Cooper and Danny Rambo. Jerry Smith trying to chase him down. One more time around here, half a lap here for the 2nd place run here. Tracy Corp right now has got it over Jesse Tate. We'll see Tate diving in down low. Does he have anything for him? I think Corp is going to have the run off the quarter. They'll keep it clean, and here we go. Tracy Corp unofficially takes 2nd with 13J of Jesse Tate in 3rd.
Brian Cook out of Florine, Louisiana. Sorry, Colby Mewers on the outside pole, the 17-year-old. So uncle and nephew on the front row in this one tonight. It'll be Sean Graham out of Shreveport in row 2. The 007 Dustin Yacht from New Boston. The lights are out 20 laps of distance, and we're underway. I got Cole Burleson, the driver of the 22 factory stock, up here in the booth with me, and we're going to talk a little bit about it, what we see on the racetrack. Cole, I'm not sure how the racetrack felt in the heat earlier, but I'm sure it's probably going to get slick like Texarkana does.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the track as a whole, always it comes around in the feature time, but he races in hot laps early on. The track's really hard to figure out, and it's always real hard to feel. But luck to Had, he's gonna have it. I mean, he's got everything it takes.
Sometimes you create your own luck as well, but sometimes you just get that bad luck biscuit that can't seem to fall off of you.
Oh yeah.
As Whitehead's going to take the green flag with his nephew Colby Muir to the outside. Sean Graham out of Shreveport making his first start here this season. They'll head off into turns 1 and 2. Sean Graham to the inside of the 17-year-old Colby Muir. And Sean Graham's car stepped out from underneath him there momentarily, and around goes Dustin Yacht.
I'll get a little loose there. I saw him throw some hands up like he was kind of pointing at somebody.
Well, I'd have had my hands on the steering wheel at that point.
Well, we'll see kind of what he's thinking after that. After the caution comes out here.
That it would be an extra feather in the cap if he could beat his uncle Justin Whitehead tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely. It'd be great for the entire family. Justin would be just as happy as everybody else.
As well as anybody in this field, my friend. Off of turn number 4, 36J's going to smash a loud pedal, but his foot through the floorboard and try to double up and win both main events tonight after he won his heat race in the limited modified in his new Western Flyer chassis. As we head back off into 1 on the second original restart. Graham nearly caught the Ute tire in another turns 1 and 2.
There goes Colby. There goes Colby underneath.
As the 007's back down the back straightaway, and you spoke of it, the 36 of Colby Muir hugging the hub and hugging it well. He'll roll off of 4, but Justin Whitehead will lead lap number 1 here tonight to 67. Here comes Sean Graham to the tilt tank of the 36 as they head off into 1. Graham giving the 36 some pressure there, Cole. When you're behind the wheel of the race car, do you feel that?
Oh yeah, I mean you can definitely feel everybody behind you. You can hear them, especially when they roll underneath you in the bottom of the corner. You definitely feel the pressure throughout the race.
You ever get to see how maybe nervous Miss Christy or Brian is when they're watching Colby race?
Oh man, I've seen Christy hands over her face, covering her eyes. It's amazing what some of the racing wives and mothers will do.
Oh yeah,
stands.
No doubt. You gotta love them. You gotta love the fans that stand up and point their driver down the straightaway in the right direction too. Off of 4, here comes Brandon Brown. Last Friday night's main event winner here at the Speedway. He's gonna take a peek to the inside of Triple X Sean Graham. It's Sean Graham's first time here in 5 years.
And I was just about to ask you that, Zach. I didn't know if this was Sean's first time here or if he had ever driven this track before.
This is only a third night out in this new car. Won it last Saturday night at Arcotech Speedway in Vivian in that Triple X car. He'll be a threat for that Factory 50 coming up at the end of this month. Justin Whitehead's big event he's putting on. As he'll try to set his sights on the 36. He's in an outlaw sandwich right now. Matter of fact, your top 6 cars are all outlaw chassis. And you find the Punisher chassis 007 of Dustin Yant.
Justin's opened up quite a sizable lead on the field there. He's got nearly a straightaway on everybody else. We can see if Colby Newborn will be able to reel him back in.
Well, and Colby just lost it right in front of Graham, and a good job by Graham to avoid a disaster. Graham did a nice job of getting on the brake pedal there, but it did cost him, and it allowed Brandon Brown to go to second. Last weekend, vice versa of how they finished here. Whitehead and Brown went to the tail last Friday night, and they both rose to the occasion as the cream typically rises to the top. We'll see if that Club 20 suspension starts to dig for 32. He may need a caution, though, Cole, to save his grace. Cook lost the handle there and opened the door for the 38 of Mike Wells to go by, so the 100 slips back to 5th. So right now, outlaw race cars run 1, 2, 4, and 5. If the caution is out, there's the caution at the Club 20 suspension 32.
It's kind of so-so. Every different form of racing has its challenges, but it's definitely been fun to learn and come up through there.
Absolutely. That's Cole Burleson up here into the booth with us at 67, and a good restart by Sean Graham. They'll pull the tilt tank of the 32 as these guys who were 1 and 2 last weekend, but the results right now are vice versa. The 32 of Brandon Brown, who won here last Friday night, keep saying Saturday night, being stalked and hawked by the Triple X Rocket of Trouble Sean Graham for the second spot. Here comes Brandon Brown around the hub of the racetrack as Whitehead continues to roll the outside. The caution's back out. I think 8 wins in your short career in that time.
Yeah, I was very fortunate to have some early success in the 4-cylinder class.
As we're back underway here, Cole Burleson off of turn number 4. It'll be Justin Whitehead with the race lead as they head back off into turns 1 and 2. Sean Graham stalking the tire tracks with the 32 of Brandon Brown. Brown found something on that last restart. We'll see what happens here. Mike Wells getting a shot in the shorts there from the 100 of Brian Cook down the back straightaway.
As Sean Graham's not letting Brandon Brown get away. The top 3 cars are pretty well tight-knit right there. And Brandon gets a little push through the center of the corner.
And Graham will try to capitalize, pulls all the way to his tail tank, and smells the bumper of the 32 into 1 and 2. Whitehead appears that he will not be denied tonight here at his home racetrack and looks to double up and win both the IMCA Sport Mod main event and the factory stocks, but that's why we run them all 20.
Mike Wells, he's having a real good run tonight. He's had some bad luck early on this year as well, and good to see him running in the top 5 tonight.
Yeah, his daughter was pretty pumped up after a solid top 10 finish at Arcotex last weekend, just knowing they could load the car on one piece on the trailer. But Mike has undoubtedly had a good car. Won the Trophy Dash out here last Friday night. Here comes Brandon Brown. Has he found something?
Looks like Justin's just a little bit better off the corner, but Brandon's not letting him get away.
Well, talked to Brandon and Victor Lane last weekend about that wild barn burner finish here 2 Friday nights ago. And, of course, he said that they solved that deal and settled it. But I'll tell you what, nobody more than I think the 32 of Brandon Brown, when he gets back to the shop, wants to have bragging rights and to beat that 36J of Whitehead.
Oh, yeah. Man, you should hear some of the stuff that goes on at the shop, man. They're just as competitive as anybody else out there.
I'll tell you what, Brandon Brown just drove the car in downtown Dallas, Texas, into turns 1 and 2, and he gave up about two and a half car lengths to the 36J.
But he sucks him back up going into 3. He's having a really good run going into 3 and 4 there.
It seems like Justin may be having a little bit of difficulty through the center of 3 and 4. We just had one shoot over the top of turns 3 and 4. Quick, fast, in a hurry, but resurfacing. It looks like that's
back.
Welch. And,
we're back.
Nope, sorry. That's TJ McCarty, and he got the front wheels off the ground.
Doing a little Dukes of Hazzard off the back straight
And
away.
there you go. There ain't no doubt. Good battle back here for the 4th spot. Austin Wilkins off of turn number 4. The 38 of Mike Wells is being pressured by the 100 of Brian Cook. As they roll off of 4 down the front straightaway, Connor Mewburn trying to get himself back into the mix. Connor's showing his pure flawless driving ability tonight, having to restart at the tail, and he's trying to get himself back inside of the top 5. A great race going on there. The caution is back out.
By just letting off a little later on the brake or getting into the gas a little sooner.
Exactly. They say smooth is fast, you know. Less is more, if you will, at times. Sometimes the aggressive approach will get you to victory lane, but off of 4, Brandon Brown trying to hunt down his teammate Justin Whitehead for the race lead here tonight at 67 Texarkana Speedway. We're backing away. Mighty Mike Wells taking a peek to the inside for 3rd of the Triple X Rocket of Sean Graham. Brian Cook going to take a peek to his outside. Great battle there, still taking shape. Colby Mewburn right there on the outside looking in as Cook just drove that car deep into turn number 3. And they're 3 wide down the front straightaway. Connor Mewburn flirting with disaster, decided to go 3 wide right there around the hub. Meanwhile, Brandon Brown is trying something. Will he find it? But Whitehead able to muscle his way down the back straightaway by a few more car lengths. Brandon drove that car way deep there in the turn number 3. I've watched the way Justin approached the corner, Cole. He kind of just let the car just kind of drift in. You could tell he let off the gas much sooner. He was able to get back in the throttle a lot sooner as well.
And that's the thing you'll notice about watching Justin is he is so smooth in through the entry all the way through the center of the corner. He doesn't make the car do anything it doesn't want to do. He more or less, him and the car almost won when they're going through that corner.
Sometimes you can watch his front tires. It's not compared to a sprint car. We're talking factory stock racing, but you see those front tires just kind of, it's the way he's kind of able to dictate, jockeying back. Exactly. Good turn, man. Kind of jockeying away around the racetrack, and we get another caution for the racing for Aiden 10, I don't think, until last weekend at Dover. But Jimmy Johnson, I mean, we're talking dirt track racing, but Justin Whitehead, you got to respect what he's done here, and maybe it'll be some years when we look back and say, damn, he was dominant.
Right.
As it'll be the 36J Outlaw Chassis and Fabricator out of Hooks, Texas. Leading him off of 2 and down the back straightaway was fellow Hooks, Texas teammate Brandon Brown on the Club 20 suspension. Hadaway towing number 32 as we roll off of 4. Does he have anything for Justin? We'll see. Click. Tick-tock goes the race clock. The center of the hourglass is ticking away for him.
Colby Mewborn tries the bottom there going into turn 1, trying to get a run on everybody.
Nonetheless, outstanding for that young man to get back inside of the top 5. Had to pass some good race cars to get there. It'll be 2 laps to go, this time shown by Dustin Robinette, your flagman here tonight on this Friday night special in Texarkana. It'll be 1.5 laps to go for 36J when he meets the midpoint of the back straightaway, and he will now. Brandon Brown's got to go, and he's got to go now, Cole.
Oh, most definitely. And
here he comes.
And in the car, I mean, you can know as a driver when it's starting to tick down and you've got to make a move really fast. So.
And you know what? He probably knew that he'd probably give up a little bit right there, though, how hard he drove the car into the corner. But I think he did that just to show Justin he was there, maybe rattle his cage, but Justin doesn't get rattled very often.
Oh, no. Justin stays pretty motivated about what he's doing.
He'll drive it. See how Justin went to the bottom of the 3-4 to protect because he had no idea where Brandon was. It'll be his 151st win since the start of 2012. Justin Whitehead to victory lane here at Texarkana tonight in 36J. I'll head down for a post-race interview with Justin. Had a little bit of pressure there late in the going. What do we got going on here? A little bit of pressure, but close, but no cigar once again. Folks, I don't know if y'all realize it. I said it during that race, 151st win since the start of 2012. That is absolutely unbelievably dominant. Give it up for him, Texarkana. Justin Whitehead back in victory lane here at the home state. Justin, I saw you kind of drive the car lower than you had been the entire race through 3 and 4 because Brandon showed you the nose there with 2 to go. I'm sure you're maybe feeling the pressure, but this one was pretty well in hand for the 36J tonight.
Man, I ain't dumb. He's fast as hell. It's pretty much whoever starts in front of who with me and Brandon. He has a really good car, obviously, and couldn't appreciate him for driving me clean.
Does it inspire you to come back here? Obviously, you guys both started in the back last week, but a second and third last week. I know you like to always park this thing on the slab, but does it kind of give you a little extra motivation to kind of park this thing again?
Oh, yeah, it does, but we park right beside each other in the shop every week, and as long as one of us brings it home, that's all that matters.
Hey, how about that new Western Flyer Racing chassis won your heat? You may be able to double up here tonight.
I'm going to try, but we got a lot of learning to do.
Pretty excited about that, though?
Yes, sir. Let me go ahead and thank my sponsors, Spencer & Son Timber, Thompson Motorsports, Hadaway Towing, A&T Delivery, Pro One Trans, Best Engines, Henry Motorsports, my wife, Alan, for helping me out with Double Duty tonight, Mike Parker, and Race on Texas, and Kayla Addison.
Outstanding run tonight, my friend. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Justin Whitehead from Hooks, Texas, parks it tonight.
I don't know about that, Cole. Good job by the bandit Cole Burleson calling some action here, giving some insights. We go green this hottest stock feature race.
Good racing going here off of turn number 4. Arlen Stewart to the outside of Jimbo Jamie Clayton. Clayton says no for the time being. He'll throw him into his hip pocket right now. Clayton said, hey, I ain't going to the back this week because that Arlen Stewart was pretty bad fast in that heat. I got to go get what I can get.
That's right. He's going down the backstretch looking at turn 4, or third 3 and 4 here is Jimbo Clayton. Arlen Stewart trying to chase him down. Daniel Dones and Brandon Starnes there, 3rd and 4th. Rounding out your top 5, Shelby, Ward, Frank. And we got a battle for the lead here. Arlen Stewart's got the inside of Jimbo Clayton. Clayton's a little power out of turn 2. He'll pull weight on the backstretch, but I tell you what, Arlen Stewart all over Jimbo Clayton. We got a race. We got a race for third, too. That's Daniel Jones on the inside, Brandon Starnes on the outside. Give it to Jones for the moment.
A battle for the race lead down there off the turn number 4 into 1 and 2. Here comes Stewart to the inside. He'll try to take the race lead. Here comes Clayton back to the outside. One of the best hobby stock races so far in 2018. They'll go at it door to door down the back straightaway. Arlen Stewart in Little Rock, Arkansas. Going high side hustling is going to be Clayton. He says he found his match tonight. And off of 4, we got one around. It's Brandon Starnes. And Starnes may not be able to get it refired. We'll go caution. The caution is out. Just after a great battle there for the kid, possibly get back to second. And that's no discredit to any of these other guys. He's just been the class of the field, looking for his 5th straight win here. But Arlen Stewart had other plans tonight. He'll lead them to the stripe. Off of 4, 15 leads. We're back underway. The question is, how long will it take? Maybe. As the ex of Daniel Jones going to flirt with them there. Here comes Clayton, going to go 3 wide there at the tail. Down the back straightaway, splitting the gap. He'll throw 2 of them. 2 for the price of 1. The Walmart special for Jamie Jimbo Clayton. He'll go back to 4th here already. And 2 simultaneous synchronized spinning through 3 and 4. But no harm, no foul. We stay clean and green and back into 1 and 2. Clayton now going to work on the 50 of Ward into 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Clayton going to dispose of the 50 of Ward. Or Franks, rather. Through 3. Clayton may need to have a caution, but he is undoubtedly coming back quick, fast, and in a hurry towards the front. Making it a little bit more interesting for all the folks here tonight at 67 of this hobby stock main event. But undoubtedly, Arlen Stewart at Little Rock, Arkansas has the game plan, and he's executing it well tonight.
I'm wondering if Jimbo's going to need a caution to get up there, Zach. He's close.
So I just said he may need one just to maybe re-rack and stack the field and give him an opportunity to get within striking distance because the 15 is executing so well. There's your caution right there. We'll see if Daniel Jones has anything up his tricky sleeve. At Arlen Stewart, the man with the plan. And I'll put the gas back through the floorboard. We're back underway here at Texarkana 67 Speedway, your hobby stock main event on demand on RaceOnTexas.com. Here comes Jamie Clayton. Clayton says, hello, hey, I'm back. How you doing? But the 15 says, get out of my house. Down the back straightaway, Clayton says, no, this is my house. Into turn number 3, here comes Jimbo.
He's going to look to the inside, going to 3 and 4. We got a battle for the lead here. Don't blink, fans. Jamie, Jimbo, Clayton. Going to look for the lead here, coming out turn 4. They'll be side by side down the front stretch.
This is good. This is what you pay your hard-earned bucks to come see good dirt track racing for. A driver faced some adversity to come back from the tail, back to the front. And a slip up by the 15 of Stewart, and back to the race lead. Undoubtedly, a performance tonight, and the caution will come out, and it'll put the 15 back to the point.
Yeah, we'll have to go back.
Just fire you up at the dirt track. Arlen Stewart's feeling the sweet emotion right now, but Jamie Clayton trying to make it extra sweet off of 4. We're back on the way here at Texarkana. A great restart there by Daniel Jones. His wife just won the 50-50. He heads off into 1. He'll try to take that spot away. Brother-in-law's down the back straightaway. Here comes Clayton. My goodness, just drove the car to downtown Shreveport, Louisiana. He'll dime it off the exit of corner number 4 and hit the low side off of 4 into 3. Come on, guys. And we got Starnes and the 22, but the 22 keeps going. The 22. No. Like loses, it's back.
You had to wait for him to come around and point to him and take 16 laps to do it.
And the drivers would stop and have to pull their shield up on their helmet to see. And it was I don't know. I thought that the Arlen Stewart would re-inherit the top spot because they'd go back to the last completed lap. And boy, I still don't think they like that restart, but it'll work.
Yeah. I'd say the fun thing about that board was you could figure out what drivers really could read and not, because Lanny Norton could not. He'd always
nonetheless, a little bit of maybe shot in the shorts there. Came really close to the inside of the J3 of Clayton.
He's digging, Zach.
Arlen Stewart maybe a little hot underneath the collar right now. He's not going to let this one get away tonight if he has anything to do with it.
And he's looking on the inside there, coming out of the corner. He's going to be on the outside, trying to chase back down Jamie, Jimbo, Clayton. Arlen Stewart showing up to knock off the top dog.
And, man, that outside line just working as that power plant underneath the hood of that J3 of Clayton just digging like Darrell, not like Michael. Off of 4, if that makes sense to you. For Darrell Waltrip, 83 career NASCAR victories. Former Daytona 500 winner. His brother only won 2 Daytona 500s, and they were the only victories of his career, but you know what? That works too. Into turn number 3. Clayton is absolutely throwing the keys on the counter now, and he's looking to check out. And looking to find you again on another dirt track Friday night. He's very well working on a strategy to do so. For a while, this race was laying in the limbo for the J3, but not too long for Jimbo to catapult his way back up towards the top spot, and he's there, and he's holding it comfortably now. And a race that I saw coming down to the final lap on the wire. And, right now, throwing an absolute tail kick in here at his home racetrack, coming from the tail. Though, once again, he did not have to dispose of that many cars to get back there. It still speaks volumes of what a great race car and what a great race car driver that Jamie Jimbo Clayton is. It is inevitable that he has some tenacity and a lot of will to come back to get this one here tonight.
No doubt about it. It's right now Dustin Robinette looking him over. He's got a handful of laps left in this one. He's going to go and grab those flags. I think we'll be getting ready for 2 to go. I think we've hit halfway mark here, haven't we, Zach? I can't recall that red flag, how far we got into this one. Let's let Dustin Robinette tell us if we're going to get the double cross. I think we're going to get the double cross. No, 2 to go. Oh, he's going to trick me out here. 2 to go from Dustin Robinette. Jamie Jimbo Clayton has got to hold it together for 2 more laps to get this one in the books here, Zach. So.
Down the back straightaway for the final time. I said it a few moments ago. For a while, this one laid in limbo, but tonight, he'll rolled off of 4 by the name of Jimbo. Jamie Clayton back to victory lane of the hobby stock division in a dominant performance back from the tail after going to the hot pit area. Jamie Jimbo Clayton scores another dub. His 5th consecutive victory. Once again, Chase Lawler headed down for an interview here with Jimbo Jamie Clayton, your winner tonight.
Unbuckling now to climb out of that high rod. 5 in a row out of 6. It's going to be Jamie Jimbo Clayton, Punisher, J3 Livingston Trucking, Tyler Green Trucking, Matt Ralston Logging, Lovewell, Tilburn Harvest, Paid Automotive, Hobby Stock feature win. He says no one else gets a picture but me. Even though we paid Arlen Stewart to come on down with his ride to knock him off. I told Arlen he could do it, but Jamie Jimbo Clayton made a liar of me.
Chase, whenever you get a chance, ask him if there was ever any doubt that he would come back.
We'll get a quick word here with Jimbo. We'll get the next feature race out here. Step over here from we bud for Race on Texas. We've got a couple quick questions. We'll keep it short, but got to ask first, where'd you go during the feature, and when you came back, what had happened, and what'd you change?
Right rear tire was going down, and it was making me bad tight. I run off when I changed it.
That's what's that called. Then we got to ask under caution. You and Daniel were kind of doing some talking there. I know some family members there. You and Daniel having a little talk on the track during caution, or was that just us seeing things?
Yeah, he was telling me that he thought I should have been leading it, and I knew we didn't complete a green flag lap before that caution come out, so I knew where I was supposed to be.
Arlen Stewart, you make you sweat a little bit tonight?
He was there. He was there.
Well, congratulations against Jamie Jimbo Clayton. Want to thank your sponsors real quick?
Matt Ralston, Livingston, Paid Automotive, Lovewell, my wife, Tyler Green Trucking, and myself.
Well, Daniel Jones' wife won the 50-50, just to let you know. So you can let Daniel know. She says about buying shoes or putting a part on his car to catch you or something. I don't know. Give it up again for Jamie Jimbo Clayton, your hobby stock winner here.
Shots fired. New Boston, Texas had a wild one here last Friday night. Inside of number 4 to be Adam Roy from Red Lake, Texas, driving the Wounded Duck Trucking. D.E. Rass, Presto Magic Clean, number 2 IRP. Justin Whitehead on the Western Flyer chassis, number 36 J out of Hooks. Wilson and Tubbs on the back row. We are underway at Texarkana 67 Speedway in your IMCA Southern Sport Mod main event right in front of the field. This happened earlier in the heat race, and Morgan and the 2 will get by. Yeah, another oh my moment for the 21. Test. Nope. And one coming around there in 3 and 4 as well. And the caution's going to wave there, Chase.
Well.
I ain't tripping. Lights are out. We're back underway at original restart. Morgan going to get back to the front row. And oh, baby. A shot in the shorts. Chris Riggs says, get out of my house. And Morgan. They try to give him a shot in the shorts on that 3 wide there. Look out, guys, down the back straightaway. This could get interesting. Here we go. It's heating up in the turn number 3. Adam Roy around the hub of the racetrack. PV right there in tow in second. They're 3 wide, trying to go 4 wide. How about it, race fans? Off of 4, down the front straightaway. 3 wide. Oh, Justin Whitehead nearly crossed him in front of the nose of the 88. He knows how important it is to beat Stroman, but look at Adam Roy. Roy letting the big dog eat.
Let me tell you, Chris Riggs knows that he can get out as far in front as he can. We don't get another caution. He wants to get away from those big hitters like Adam Roy, Justin Whitehead, R.J. Strowman trying to make their way through the field.
Well, it's a little too late. Whitehead goes around. And we'll see, though, because Adam Roy is already there smelling it, and the caution's going to wait for Chris Riggs.
So Whitehead, lit Texas, baby, Kyle Markham.
He's putting my blood through the roof, my blood pressure. All before we're back underway. So here comes Stroman. R.J. Stroman. Like I said, if you throw it backwards, he's just racing. Off of turn number 4, and he's just racing his way to the front. Down the front straightaway. He'll dispose. Oh, and here comes the LSU Tigers. The 2B of the Leary Texan of Turner. And around goes the 60 of Peavy by giving the 60 of Turner. And the caution's out.
The Arkansas Razorback ride.
He had to go, or he went back to his spot for this restart because he was assisted. The lights are out. We're back on the way with Chris Riggs. How about Chris Riggs, though, for the upset tonight? Riggs has found some dig. And Riggs going to send it to the top side of the Texarkana 67 Speedway. The brother of the 8-time track champion here at the racetrack. Aaron Roy. It's Adam Roy. And here comes R.J. Stroman, the former Big Chief Chassis Diversity driver for Eddie Martin's Big Chief Chassis off of 4. We're side by side for the race lead down the front straightaway. It's a 3-way car. Break away for the lead right now. What more do you want, race fans? Roy going to drive it to the bottom of the river in the 1 and 2. He'll catfish there for a moment. And here comes Stroman throwing his hat into the ring again, becoming a player. It's heating up. Down the back straightaway. Riggs just smashed the brakes right in front of the nose of the 1, and he had to get on it just a little bit as well to check up. Off of 4. Roy leads now. Off of 4 at 67.
Adam B. Wayne Roy, Red Lick, Texas. Red Lick Mafia, picking up where you left off last weekend.
What a racetrack we have here tonight, folks.
Here comes RJ looking on the high side of Chris Riggs going down the backstretch. He'll try to make a move going to turn 3 and 4 here, Zach. Money for nothing. Chicks for free.
Here comes R.J. Stroman now. The
tough break for Chase Morgan on the backstretch.
Gets the door slammed shut right there in front of his face by Riggs. Riggs trying to hold back the advances of 88 and the 36J of Whitehead, now one of the mix as well, becoming a player. It's about to be a 4-car breakaway for the lead. I'm telling you, if Stroman could get around the 1R, who is making that car wider than a triple wide trailer right now, he may be able to make some more advances and catch the 2 like they did in the heat race. He only won by half a car length, Chase.
Adam P. Wayne Roy is saying keep him at bay, but now it don't matter because the caution is going to come out for a new day. We'll re-rack. Stepping out of that ride, so trying to get a lower team going again. But hey, let's go back dirt track racing. Left turn style, Zach.
It's some good stuff. They do left turns in NASCAR and on the concrete, but it ain't quite as fun as this stuff. As we'll go digging into 1 and 2, they're going to go 3 wide momentarily. Here goes Stroman.
Second now, son.
RJ's going to the front with his hair on fire.
And don't look now, here comes Jimmy Tubbs moving into 5th there on the backstretch. Jimmy Tubbs trying to get around Chris Riggs and Whitehead. He'll come out of the corner with a face full of Bailey Turner.
Tubbs gives the old genie rub, and out comes Aladdin. He's getting some help. He says, give me a wish. He says, I wish to go to 4th. Down the back straightaway, here comes Stroman.
A little spin over there with Chase Morgan. Sorry, Zach.
No harm, no foul. We say clean and green off of turn number 4. Here comes Stroman around the outside of the 67 Texarkana Speedway in hot pursuit of the Modern Primitives. Number 2. If you're looking for some wild, great stuff, head down to Modern Primitives. They'll get you taken care of. Tell them Adam Roy sent you.
And I'm impressed right now. The run, he's getting on the low side there because RJ's going to carry some momentum off the high side. But right now, Adam's loving that inside groove. He's running a lot here. Hey, caution's out.
I'm saying it's caution's out, but I would also
practice racing's on Saturday night that week, June 23rd.
I think I might come out here and practice announcing that night. Off of 4.
Bring me some Hot Pockets.
Off of 4. RJ's throwing, but now we get Whitehead throwing into the mix. This is 3 different chassis manufacturers in the top 3 right now. You got the IRP out front built by Jason Ingles out of Longview, Texas. The Ingles Racing Performance, the home-built chassis by Stroman, and he brought the stamps, and he's going to send it, folks.
Tell you what, Zach, we've had 5 different winners in this race this year. Right now, they're running top 4. 4 of your 5 winners in this class. One of them's going to repeat.
Well, last week, due to the misfortune from Brandon Ball and the 88's contact down there in 3 and 4 early on in the race, the deuce of Roy was able to avoid that contact and separated himself to go on to the victory. This time by, we're working it down and working it to, this should be the...
No, still just green. I thought he was getting ready too, Zach.
Oh, and Stroman's going to lead it at the line by half a car length. Or no, about a half of a bumper. Stroman going to send it back to the outside, chase down the back straight. We got a great race brewing here, but Adam Roy going to have to get thrown into the hip pocket of the 88. Stroman's rolling. He is definitely here with some revenge or some redemption sense of confidence tonight.
And he's going to pull back to the inside, trying to make a race of it here. Adam Roy's not going to go away easy, but right now you got New Boston, Texas, Red Lick, Texas, 1-2.
Sometimes a racer will tell you that they actually, obviously you never want to lose the lead or relinquish it, but you oftentimes don't know where you need to be or what the quickest line is on the track when you get disposed of if you're running that line out front until the guy blows your doors off. And then, as you see, Adam's starting to find his niche again.
Lap traffic in the way for Adam Roy's going to mess him up. I don't think he knew that Chase Glenn Morgan was trying to get off the track.
Oh, he knew it.
Morgan had took the low line to let him go around high, and I don't think Adam Roy had any idea that Morgan's got a flat.
Stroman Motorsports, chassis number 88, will lead us to the strike. Can Justin Whitehead do anything in that brand new Western Flyer chassis? He's on the loud pedal. A good restart for Justin at 36J trying to do.
Can't have but a handful of laps left there, fans. Keep an eye on it. Look at Bailey Turner getting up there in that damaged hot rod. He said, I'm not going to let y'all get out here too far out front.
He said, you might be my cousin and I love you, but get out and sit down and take a seat, Justin. And Justin's got to be grinning ear to ear. He's got to be proud of Bailey for his progression of this sport. Chris Riggs still in the top 5 running for being pressured there momentarily. And Roy Adam Roy trying to work his way back into the mix with his hair on fire.
R.J. Strowman running the high side still. Adam P. Wayne Roy's kind of running in the middle as he tries to chase him back down. Little slip up for Bailey Turner. It's going to be Justin Whitehead to his tail tank there. Going into turn 3 and 4. Still haven't seen the flags get grabbed yet, but we got to be close to 2 to go here, Zach.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're 16 laps complete right now, I'm thinking. No, seriously, I think we're 16 laps in.
I thought you said 60.
Yeah, we got 40 more to go. Into turn number 3. And it's 100 lap affair for $400 a night.
I think you're counting caution laps, but hey, Adam P. Wayne Roy just took away 4th, but it don't matter because R.J. Strowman has left the building.
Yeah, he's left the building, and Elvis is on the boulevard, but here comes Justin Whitehead trying to play Spuller and send him to the Heartbreak Hotel. Speaking of Strowman in 88, because I'll tell you what, 36 Jace found something right around the hub of the racetrack, and he has been able to get back in the throttle and find some dig and find his niche. Will we get another caution?
Oh, battle for third. There is a spinner over there, but he gets it going. But battle for third, putting Adam P. Wayne Roy and Bailey Turner.
Dude, I called it. 16 laps. I was exactly on point, wasn't I?
You just had to point that out, didn't you, Zach? I noticed it, but I wasn't going to say nothing.
I'm not bragging, obviously, but I thought it was a pretty damn good guess then. 2 laps to go this time by.
We're going to go to the roulette table after this. White flag, R.J. Strowman out of New Boston, Texas. He's going to be able to hold him off if he can here. Hold it one more lap. Whitehead's too far back. Good battle for third, though. That's where you keep your eyes at, fan. Bailey Turner, Adam P. Wayne Roy, side by side down the backstretch.
Final time. This time by. Down the front straightaway with a white flag is out for R.J. Strowman.
So 1 more to go. Again, he's got to hold it clean here. Whitehead's too far back, I think, here. Adam Roy has cleared Bailey Turner for top 3. Chris Riggs going to round out your top 5 unofficially.
Last Friday night, he suffered a heartbreak. Tonight, he'll rebound and go back to Victor Lane here at Texarkana 67 Speedway Chase. R.J. Strowman parks it out of New Boston, Texas.
He's in the 1R out of Texarkana, Arkansas. So dirt track Zach Almanac going to head down to the front stretch here, get a word as RJ climbs on the car. Give him a big hands, fans.
There he is, race fans, getting ready to climb out of New Boston, Texas. Driving the Strowman Racing chassis. Ronnie's paint and body, best engine powered. Number 88 with some Kevin DuPont out of Karen Crow, Louisiana's DuPont shocks. Here he is, race fans from New Boston, Texas, R.J. Strowman. RJ, obviously, won't talk too much about last week, of course, but had a mishap. No better way to come back here and park this thing tonight. This thing was on a rail.
Yeah, I hate the way things happened last week. It was setting up to be a good race and just a little bit of contact and then, post-race activities. But, yeah, to come back and, get a win, it feels good. We've struggled with some engine issues and then the deal last week and haven't even been able to finish the race lately. So, yeah, this is great.
Second win of the year, of course, and we talked about you loving racing closer to home. It's nice to be able to drive maybe 20, 30 minutes down the road, be able to race on such a great racetrack. This place has been phenomenal all year long. Do you get a little nervous, though? I mean, as fast as this car was, Adam beat you about a half of a car length there at the line of the heat. You knew you had a good car. What was going through your mind, though, is you have to start in the fourth row. You have to be a little bit more patient this time, I guess.
I knew after that heat race I was going to have to find more. Adam had me working my butt off, and it was a great race to the line. And I hated to see him spun out down there in 2 because I feel like me and him were about to put on a heck of a show. But yeah, it's great to be racing closer to home. Support the Gardeners here. Support IMCA. It's great to see it back in this area. But yeah, I hope the fans enjoyed the show. I tried to go where nobody else was, and it kind of paid off.
It was rolling tonight, RJ, man. Let's hear about all the folks that help you out in this race team.
I definitely got to thank my dad. He helped me build this Strowman Racing chassis. Ronnie's Paint and Body, Pew's Auto Salvage, Best Engines, DuPont Racing Shocks, just everybody.
I think we might just go ahead and just start calling you the Big Chief rather than you driving a Big Chief chassis because this thing looks to be pretty good.
That's fine with me.
Congratulations, RJ.
Thank you.
Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. RJ Strowman, the former Big Chief chassis diversity driver, now behind the wheel of his own home-built chassis and fabricated out of his own shop in New Boston.
Y'all give it up for them. Y'all thank them when y'all get a chance to see everybody. They are doing amazing with the track this year. I'm real happy the IMCA is on board. So when y'all get a chance to talk to a track worker, y'all go up, shake their hand, tell them thank you and everything, because without them, we wouldn't be here this year.
That's right. What he's saying is we're back and better than ever at Texarkana 67 Speedway. 4 cylinders. Spinner Rudy over there. Danny Rambo taking that new car for a little spin. Also got a problem. Jerry Smith, that thing looked like, I don't know if it rolled over, if it just got on its side coming off, but scary over there for Jerry Smith on the 0-2.
Skeet, I love you, but you're not worth it. Oh, my goodness. We're going to go green here in your four-cylinder main event anyway. No, it'll be all right. We're going to go green. If we get caution, I'll try it again.
So Dalton Vines and Justin Converse and Jerry Kirsten trying to make it a show going into turn 1 and 2 here. Kirsten goes around right in front of Tracy Corp. Contact. Connor Mubert. Wendy McCarty's in it. Oh, my. Is he missing a tire? We got a 3-wheel four-cylinder on the backstretch.
Race. He had to run 3 straight. He won them all, and it was unbelievable. I'll never forget it. I will never forget it.
That's awesome. Tuggle's a big, rich part of the history of racing around the Architects. So let's go back green, Zach.
Original restart. Well, Chase, I still like you. You didn't have to leave just because I came back, bud.
Hey, now. I was just going to go check out this Saturn. Or is it a Sunfire?
Once again, that's a Pontiac. It's a Thunderbird. Oh, we got one up in smoke. Looking like Willie Nelson on a cross-country tour, folks, for a moment. And the smoke goes out.
He didn't have Snoop Dogg with him?
Maybe he just had Snoop Dogg riding shotgun there for just a few moments. Off of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Justin Conver, yeah, Snoop's definitely riding only on the straightaways. He's that car continues to exhale there down the back chute as they head into turn number 3. A great race here for second. Second, continuing to wage war here with Dalton Vines out of Texarkana, letting the big dog eat tonight on the outside of the racetrack. That's Chris Perkins out of Asheville, Arkansas. They're working to the inside of him in that orange entry, but all the while they're allowing Converse to separate himself. As we typically say, Captain Universe has found that fast lane around his home race, or one of his home racetracks here. Any racetrack that he has checked into in the last 2 seasons, Converse has scored a victory. Doesn't matter where the racetrack may be located, but any track around the Mid-South, he has capitalized on a dub. And if you ever wonder how you can get fast or maybe learn a little bit in this class, Justin Converse is one of the first guys, if you're a four-cylinder racer, you could walk up to and ask for some assistance, ask for a little bit of help, and he'd be the first guy to give you some of the tricks of the trade. He may not give you every single one of them, but he would definitely offer a lending hand, and the same could be said for Justin Whitehead and a lot of those guys that race week in and week out. As the 1R taking a wild ride, that's a Chevy Cobalt. My goodness. That was like a 2007 Cobalt. Meanwhile, Gunner Riggs taking a little wild ride there, but the youngster learning and getting better. You got to go through the troubles to make it feel so much sweeter whenever you do get on top of the sport. And we undoubtedly know that he's a rig, so he'll learn how to pilot that rig and be out front before too long. Not sure exactly how old that youngster is, but it'll be all Converse continuing to lead here off of turn number 4 in the C49. Second last race of the night, as the IMC Modified main event will be up next. IMC Modified G should be in the staging area. Down the back straightaway, Justin Converse is absolutely gone. As he's flirting with the outside now, as the caution flag will wave and maybe open up the door for any of these guys to make a change. As we roll through 3 and off of 4 this time, the C49 of Justin Converse. I talked to Justin Converse last week, Chase. I sent him a message. It was kind of a random message to him. I said, hey, dude, have you ever considered maybe racing in another class? Not saying you need to be out of this one. You do a great job. He doesn't win every time, but he wins a lot. But I said, have you ever considered maybe racing a factory stock or another division, or do you have plans or aspirations to move up, dreams to do so? He said, man, I'd love to. He said, it's just, financially, it's tough to do, obviously. Still would love to have some sponsors, maybe even on this ride. But, he said, man, if I ever got the opportunity, I would love to do it. And it's something that he's thought about for sure. I would love to see Justin Converse have a shot and have a chance maybe to drive another style of car, because, man, I think he's just naturally gifted.
So if you're looking for a driver for the Factory 50 factory stock race, Justin Converse.
I don't know if we want to throw him out there for $5,000 his first time, but hey, I wouldn't.
His universe can handle it, Zach.
Yeah, I think he could. And I come back with that, it makes it sound like, I don't know, this kind of.
No, you're right. That would be a big one just to jump in for your first time.
It would.
Even Tater's not doing that right. He's warming up in a couple regular factory stock races.
I've seen some of the best drivers ever, like in limited, any other classes, not do very well in factory stock. The asphalt pull-off tire is, it's an equalizer, but some guys just don't take a duck of water like a lot of these other ones.
Right, that's right. It's Conference Jake Guthrie. I've been watching the poor boy racing boys out there. 13J in third, Jesse Tate, 13D, Dalton Mines. This is 2018. I'm racing everywhere. They had a good battle for second and third there. Running in fourth right now is Connor Buburn, the youngster out of Texarkana, Texas. Behind him there, you got Whitney McCarty and Dakota Cooper. No one's got anything for Justin Converse. He's in another universe. Going to come around 3 and 4. Zachy, woo! Yeah. He had a moment like we did off the backstretch last week, son.
Almost went to Pluto again. Final time off of 4. Justin Converse back to victory lane.
Oh my, Justin Converse getting it done.
Justin Converse from Falk, Arkansas. Justin, from the drop of the green flag in this one, I guess it's the same kind of story that we tell whenever you're behind the wheel of one of these machines. Let's face the race on Texas cameras, bud. I tell you what, man, this car just seems to be on another planet when you're behind the wheel of it.
Man, I don't know what was going on with this car tonight, but it literally had a mind of its own in the turns, losing brakes. I was just hoping it was going to hold together.
You had no idea the sizable advantage that you had on the rest of the competition there when that final caution came out?
When that first caution came out, I could kind of turn around and see because I'm double jointed in my neck, and I couldn't see nobody, so I knew I had a little bit, so I would let off a lot sooner to where I wouldn't have to throw it in there so hard. After that, I couldn't. After that second caution, I thought they were right there the whole time.
Knowing that, though, I mean, when you went back green with a few to go, I'm sure that was obviously in the back of your mind. You're trying to hold on.
Yeah, because I knew I heard the lady on the headset I had 13D Dalton Vines and 13J Dalton or Jesse Tate. And both of them have been nipping at my heels all year long.
If you only knew, though, how dominant that run was. It was absolutely dominant, typically where you find yourself. Man, I want to give you an opportunity, obviously, to thank all the folks that helped you out. Wish I knew exactly how many this was. I could go back and tally, and we'll get that next time. But this has got to be around win 30 for you since this thing started about 3 years ago.
That's pretty close. I think that might be a little low. That's pretty close.
You're over 30?
Yeah.
How many?
I've got over 45 in my room.
That's impressive, man.
Appreciate it.
Let's hear about the folks that help you out.
My wife, my kids, my friends, my team, Twisted K Racing, Poor Boy Racing, oh man, Andy Powell, Morgan Powell, Danny Rambo, and all them. Tracy Corp, Eddie Brewer. I got a plate for you. Put a sticker, man. All you gotta do is stick it.
Good job, Justin. Congratulations.
Man, I had something for you, but I forgot it. I was gonna bring an apple.
Oh, thank you. I'd appreciate it. I like the Granny Smith kind. Bring it next time.
Got you.
I thought you were a Brayburn guy.
Cade Dillard's a rookie this year on Lucas Oil, but he's not really a rookie. Like, he's a rookie, but he's not.
Is that what that means on my paycheck and my burger that already put on here?
It is.
Oh, okay. I thought it was random.
And you're right. Off of 4. Down the front straightaway into 1. It's going to be the 3 of Stewart who's going to let the car step out from underneath him, and we're going to go at it down the back straightaway. 3 wide for the race lead. Here comes the 70. They won a main event at Tennessee Speedway, and they rolled through 3 up in the mountains there several weeks ago. Scored a dub. That's Michael Rose, who's found the quick road off the 4th. Follow the yellow brick road.
He's looking good there, Zach. The Kiamichi King there. I'm trying to Pete Atkins in 24K. Drew Armstrong with a little slip up there, but he's going to power by Arlen Stewart.
It's just a matter of time before the 0-1 throws some folks into his hip pocket, maybe throw him on his shoulder for a quick spanking. Off the 4 down the front fairway. That was uncalled for, but into 1.
I tell you what, though, Armstrong, he's got 24-inch pythons, baby, like Hulk Hogan. He's coming for the Coyotes King, Michael Rhodes. Battle for second on the backstretch.
Yeah, great race here for seconds. Armstrong's to the inside of the 70 of Rhodes for the race, or for the second spot, and the 24 who nearly capped off a stellar performance on a late race restart here last Friday night. Is trying to hustle his way out front with the 24 car and keep the 0-1 of Armstrong at bay, but he has a tough task to do it. But can he do it? I think he can.
We'll see what Keaton Atkinson's learned here recently at Texarkana 60-minute Speedway. He tries to hold off I Am Strong, Drew Armstrong. Hot Springs trying to battle over Benton, Arkansas.
Here comes Armstrong to the inside, 1 and 2, but I think Keaton Atkinson is a feature race winner here this season. I mentioned last Friday night that if he could steal that one away, the longtime race leader of the 0-1 of Armstrong, the boy, what a feather in the cap and a shot in the arm it would be for him. Tonight, he has a chance, man, to hold back the advances and not even relinquish the race lead.
He's doing good right now, too. He's sticking in the bottom over here. He's going to stick in the middle group over 1 and 2. Lap traffic's coming up here shortly, though, in that 388 of Clay Herman.
And he is 18 years old.
Yeah, not 28, he's 18.
18 years old and lap traffic of Clay Herman up ahead. Watch Armstrong diamond off the corner and set it sail on the low side and find some dig down the front straightaway into 1.
He's just a baby, Zach.
He's just a weak baby into 1 and 2. Off of 2 down the back straight. Here comes Drew.
Oh, what? Drew let up for him there. He got a little bit loose coming out of the corner there with that run. Side by side, 3 and 4. We got a battle for the lead. Don't blink, fans.
Drew, he's finding some stew up top, and he's going to let it eat. Down the front, straightaway into 1. He'll dive it to the bottom and cross the length of the 24. We got a great race brewing tonight here at Texarkana. You're on the Spotify. A main event. Atkinson trying to score another top 2 finish this time. He wants to throw the 0-1 into the hip pocket where he would like him to been last Friday night. What a race chase off of 4.
Just like I said open night, Keaton Atkinson's not going to have it, Zach. 24K Atkinson staying out front, battling off I Am Strong Armstrong. What a run for Keaton here. Big momentum booster if he can keep this up, Zach.
What is so impressive, or what I like so much about the IMC modifieds, these cars are so equal. As a 24, it really comes down to the driver. As the 01 has been the class of this field so far this season. Kevin Sestairs also got a victory. Atkinson the other. 3 different winners in 6 events as they head off into 1. And, of course, Armstrong is the driver on a hot streak. And on a tear, and he got a bike chase, sit down, take a seat. Atkinson, we'll see if he follows the rules. No, he won't.
He's going to take Keaton's line away. Maybe look for a crossover from Keaton here. Looking on the inside, coming down the front stretch. Keaton's all over the back. He's not going to let him get away, Zach.
Won't be enough for Atkinson to re-inherit the top spot, but he'll drive it deep into 1 and 2 and come up limp once again. That 24, though, undoubtedly has the tongue hanging out tonight. And a stellar performance.
And right now, he's starting to step away just a little bit, though. And I tell you what, they have cleared the Coyote team. Michael Rhodes riding in 3rd. Back behind him, though, had a good little battle with Steve Rumble Ward and Troy Shaburn. That's 2 of your old school IMCA guys right there, Zach.
And the 3 car, Stewart exits the back straightaway. His fun meter's been pegged. He'll be DONE for the night. Stick a fork in him. The fun meter has been pegged. Off of 4. The fun meter is full throttle right now for your driver out front from Benton, Arkansas. From the Elio's Restaurant. Mexican Restaurant, Teddy Motorsports, number 01. Now there's Shaw Racing Chassis as he rolls off of 4, the Benton, Arkansas racer. Trying to get his 4th consecutive victory here at Texarkana tonight.
Oh, wow. It's all right, Zach. I'm just an elementary school guy, you know, so Drew Armstrong right now leading the way. Michael Rhodes clears the lap traffic there of Herman. Herman trying to get that car shaken out still.
You didn't pass the 8th grade, did you?
What's 8th grade?
Yeah, because you said elementary. I didn't think you got there. Where we're from in Louisiana, middle school starts at 6. So you're still stuck in 5th. It'll be okay, bud. Off of 4, I love him still. Off of 4 down the front sheet. This guy here, he's a scholar. And people love him. Down the front straightaway into 1. He's got quick wits and he's got a quick race car with a quick right foot. It is awfully heavy oftentimes on a Friday night.
Friday night under the lights here at Texarkana 60 Speedway with Drew Armstrong picking up where he's been here lately. No Kevin Sestair here to try to chase him down. It's all up to Keaton Atkinson, who needs a caution to make a race of it, I think, here, Zach.
Speaking of Kevin Sestair, we'll see him in a few weeks back here at the racetrack if he didn't live so far away. Emory, Texas is a nice little jog down I-20, especially if you're running. But off of 4. 0-1 of Armstrong in strong command, in full command. This IMC Modified A main event, the final race of the night here at Texarkana 67 Speedway. Herman will look to get disposed of and go another lap down here. Herman obviously still learning and getting better as he's just trying to get around the racetrack with no mistakes. Atkinson, you got to give it up for him, give him some props. I believe that's an old Dirtworks chassis, it looks like, for Atkinson. As he approaches the center point of turns 3 and 4, this time by will be the white flag in front of the face of Benton, Arkansas's Drew Armstrong. Final time down the back straightaway. Chase Lawler heading out for the post-race interview with the driver, who is now swept 4 in a row here at Texarkana. Give it up from Benton, Arkansas racer Drew Armstrong, going back to victory lane. And an absolute dominant run. And a great race there for the lead for a moment. The 24 of Keaton Atkinson will snag second at the line. Third will go to Michael Rhodes. And that'll wrap it up here on RaceOnTexas.com on this Friday night special. Hey, can you get a picture of this car? A good one, and send it to me?
Well, as he puts the winning net down, I think he's forgot how to get out of the car. No, here he comes. Drew Armstrong out of Benton, Arkansas. Parking it again here at Texarkana 610 Speedway. I don't know, what is that, 3 in a row? 4 in a row? Hell, I don't know. I've lost count at this point.
It's 4 in a row here tonight. 5th overall.
So again, as you exit the stage tonight, fans, drive safe going home tonight. Mr. Armstrong, we got to quit meeting like this. Come over here and race on Texas for me, buddy. I know you probably don't want to say that, but I'll just echo it in a joke. But congrats again. Had a little challenge to get up there by Keaton, man. I tell you, he's looking better out there.
Yeah, he's getting better. He's been hanging around me too much, I think.
Well, I've heard that is a bad thing, but it is what it is. So, speaking of Keaton, also Arlen Stewart here tonight again, looking at a strong run, and just they're getting better out here, trying to chase you down. You doing the same thing up there at I-30?
Yeah, we're trying. I'm trying to get more and more of them I-30 guys to get down here. It's close. It's identical to what Little Rock is, so more practice.
Well, the more weeks we get in the belts here, I think they'll start traveling down here. We all wanted to get here a little bit quicker, but man, I've been having fun. I don't know about you.
Oh, it's a blast. I'm loving this little place.
Well, thank you sponsors for here too, before everyone takes off out of here.
Man, I'd like to thank Ambush, Western, Dunn Delivery, Weir's, Ellie's, Larry Shaw Race Car, and the whole crew.
There you go. Good fans for Drew Armstrong picking up your feature win here at Texarkana 610 Speedway. IMCA Modifieds.